Hey everyone, Miss Akimoto here with your writing mini lesson for Wednesday, September 23rd. All right, so we are almost done with our second paragraph in our writing. So this is going to be step one to solving our problem. And at the end of our first body paragraph, you always want your character to start taking steps towards solving that problem, or else the story starts to lag. So when we think about our story arc, we got to be going up this way. We can't be like, and it's still boring. So we need to make sure that we are starting to take steps to solving this. So I want us to look back at our mentor text, Jabari Jumps, and remember that Jabari starts to climb up that ladder, right? He like tells everyone else to go ahead, like we talked about yesterday. He's like, "Oh, go on, no, no, no." And then he's like, "All right, I'm just gonna climb up this ladder. I'm gonna do it." And he gets like part way up. He's like, "Oh, I'm climbing," and he's like, "Too tall, too tall. Can't do it." I totally did this the first time I jumped off of a high dive. I stopped halfway, and like the lifeguard had to come get me down. I was a foot and a half off the ground. Anyway, so Jabari's like, "Ah, it's too hard." And his dad goes, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Oh, I'm so tired. I think I need to rest." So that's his first step to solving his problem of being afraid is sort of, it's not a great solve, but it's like avoidance. I'll avoid it. That's how I'll solve my problem. So, you know, Jabari's like 5. It's cool. So let's go to my masterpiece writing and let's look at how am I going to start solving my problem. So just to recap what I've already written, I call back the principal and or actually no, I haven't called her back. That's what I'm going to do. Right now, I've listened to her voicemail and she is like flatline, not told me anything. She's like, "Hello, this message is for Emily Akimoto. Please call me back at your earliest convenience." I'm like, "Oh, what's this all about?" So, my next step is to actually call her back and be courageous because I'm freaking out right now. So, I'm going to start writing about calling her back. And I end up leaving a message. She doesn't answer. So I need to kind of like make this part the exciting because I'm starting to solve my problem. So I think talking about how nervous I am with my heart racing, I dialed the number. Now, this is where I can kind of get creative because it's ringing. So I can go ring, ring. That's not a ring. That's a ring, ring. And maybe I'll just talk about with each ring, my heart pounded louder. Click. Voicemail. Just totally what happened. So, okay. So I've got my heart racing. I dial the number. Ring, ring, ring. With each ring, my heart pounded louder. Click. Voicemail. So now I need to talk about how. So I left her this message. You know, like, I don't know if you guys ever call anyone. I don't know if that's like outdated now, like an old person thing. Do only old people use the phone now? Anyway, like when you call someone and they don't answer, you're like, "Oh, I don't have to talk to people on the phone." But then you're like, "Oh, I gotta leave a message." And you're like freaking out about leaving a message. So, what I kind of try to do is like hide the panic in my voice. Like, I am a responsible adult that you would like to give a teaching job to. I am not freaking out about leaving you a message. So, I tried to hide my panic as I left her a voicemail. I was going to say, I left her a voicemail back. I don't know if that's how you write that. I left her a voicemail. Is that repetitive? Left her a message. Ooh. See how I kind of went through and I'm like, I just said voicemail. I said voicemail up there. I don't like this. I left her a message. So I've kind of started to solve the problem, but now I'm stuck with a new problem and I'm waiting for a call. So rather than saying now I'm waiting, so if you guys ever heard the idiom, now I'm playing the waiting game, I'm going to put that. Now I had to play the waiting game, which is just an idiom meaning like waiting for something important to happen and you're like, ah. So that wraps up this idea of getting the phone call and freaking out and having to start solving it. My problem's not really solved because I'm still waiting to find out, but that first step has been taken in that I have called her back. So that is a great way to end my first body paragraph. I have taken the first step towards solving my problem, and that's what you need to do in your writing too. See you tomorrow.